Hey, what's up guys? How are you doing? It's me again here with another video directly from my home gym. As you see, do you want bigger quads? Are you an athlete, or do you just have small calves? Then this video or this channel might be perfect for you, because I'm talking about my workout routine and how I train to get stronger, bigger, faster, more powerful, more mobile, everything. I'm covering everything, and I'm trying to share this for you now. Today, with day one of my 4-day split workout routine. I'm, by the way, speaking in English today. I switched it from Swiss German. I hope that's all right for you. Today, with my first day, it's lower front chain routine. So, which is quad focused. Maybe I prepared again some nice slides, as you can see here. Yeah, it's quad focused, so focusing on knee extension, but of course there is also other stuff covered, such as the glutes, the calves, of course, and adductors and hamstrings a little bit, and lower back as well, but mainly focusing on knee extension. And yes, this is the day one. I did a 3-day split before, and I switched to an amazing 4-day split program now. And I can tell you, I've done this now for a couple of months, and it feels absolutely crazy. It's the best plan, man. And boy or girl, women, men, athletes, beginners, this is for you, except maybe the weightlifting part. But yeah, basic stuff. Have a look and try it out. So lower front chain, let's get to it right away. So what do we focus on? We focus in my workout on power, strength, hypertrophy, and mobility. Of course, we have some speed training, a little bit of interval training, but at this time, we focus on these 4 things. And yeah, we're trying to cover all of them. If not in one training, like within a week, we try to cover all. And it's amazing, I tell you. It takes a lot of time. Every training takes a lot of time, not only because of the work I do, but I gotta say, I also talk a lot to people and I rest a lot. But what's necessary, that's necessary, right? So let's go right into the program. Usually I start with a squat variation. Therefore, I do a specific warm-up, focusing on hip and knee extension. For that, I usually do cycling, very short and intensive cycling. And then I move to some dynamic stretches for the hip, and also some calf stretches, and also ankle and hip mobilization, just to make sure we can get into the best range that is possible for us. And there's a spelling mistake. It should mean calf raises. I do some of those, not completely fatiguing the calf, because for squats you still need them, but I just activate them. Because I was I never heard anyone else having this problem, but for me, on the lowest portion of the squat, I kind of sit on my calves, and then kind of the outer muscle, I don't know which one, but this got kind of inflamed and hurt for quite a long time. And I have to be careful, especially with pause squats. So I do some calf raises before, just to get them nice warm. Then let's move to the exercise itself. Squat, I gotta say, it's an amazing exercise. And everybody, if possible, should try and do it. There's like a back squat and a front squat. I do both of them, mainly back squat. More precisely, I usually do high back squat, high bar. About that, maybe you can YouTube this if you don't know what it is. But to squat, I have to say, you should be able to do those first three first before you squat, because I think those are necessary to be able to do a proper squat. So I do all of them depending on what I focus on, what kind of training I do. As I said at the beginning, hypertrophy or strength or power or mobility. I use either box squat, pin squat, or pause squat. All of them are great and should be incorporated in every training, I think. Then the regular back squat, I try to use my full range. And for me, it's important to be super stable. And I usually descend very slowly and pause a little bit or not. Depends on my pain in the calves, of course. Then the front squat, I do it mainly to prepare for the weightlifting part. How many do I do? This depends, as I said, on the training. Usually 4 or 5 sets on between 5 and 15 reps. I rarely do 15 though. Yeah, 5 and 10 reps. If I do this squat at the beginning, which is for me, I call this the main lift of this training. Then weightlifting, I do this usually after squatting because then I'm warmed up and I don't do weightlifting that heavy. I'm not the best in weightlifting. This is very difficult, snatch and clean and jerk. You gotta have good technique to be able to do those properly and without risk of injury. And yeah, I'm training this. I'm very motivated to get better at it, trying to get more stable with the overhead position of the snatch. And all in all, it's a great move to teach triple extension, but also not very easy. There's easier ways if you want to train triple extension. Then I move on to leg press. This is mainly hypertrophy focused, so 8 to 20 reps. I try to do a full range of motion there and around 4 to 6 sets, depending on the load. I also vary the load for each set. Usually I start a little bit lighter and I try to hit a heavy load for 8 to 10 reps. And maybe I stay at that weight or I go lower again or do a drop set or something. Really getting the quads fired up and pumped. Then I move on to leg extensions. This is a great exercise to focus on the quads. I also like to do this as a warm-up, I gotta say so. If my main lift is not the squat, then I pre-fatigue my quads with the leg extensions. It's also nice to warm up the knee. I was dealing for a long time with patella tendonitis and could therefore not squat super heavy. And then this felt also great to warm up with leg extensions. There I do more the upper end of the rep count, 12 to 30 reps. Also single leg and double leg, both. I do both. And also with holds as well. usually I have in all my exercises have lots of different variations I do. I rarely do twice the same training in a row. Then again, 4 to 6 reps. Again, getting those quads fired up and pumped. Then this should mean ankle flexion and extension. So calf raises, for example, tibialis training, flexing the foot. There are different ways to train that. I can show that in another training. If you have a question about anything, you can ask it below, and maybe I answer it. And don't forget the soleus. You can train that isolated when you bend your knee. I've had great progress, to be honest, lately with calf size. So I can, even though if you struggle gaining calf size, I can recommend sticking to it, never give up, and train it 2 to 3 times a week, and for a long time, for like 3 years, and then eventually you start seeing some gains there. I myself had always very small calves, but now I have big calves, really big calves. You can check that on my Instagram. I show my Instagram below. Moving on, that was the last slide. Yes, that was the last slide. So I hope you enjoyed this first day of my 4-day split, and I hope you can try it out. Give me a feedback, thumbs up, like if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and try it out. I'm pumped to see your gains, and I hope you too. And stay tuned for the next video. This will be on upper push, chest, triceps, front delts. Nice training. And if you want gains there, I can recommend subscribe to the channel. Peace.